All right, all right, all right, all right. What's up? Can you already hear me, guys? Let me know if you can already hear me. Everything should be ready to go, but I'll love some confirmation just to make sure that we're all set. Thanks, Jose, for being here. Also, Taran, good to see you here, man. We have a couple of quick questions straight away. So I just did a poll right now asking how many of you already use a flashcard application. By the way, let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay. Just if you get a chance, just throw a yes in the comment, be like, yes, I can hear you. Just making sure that everything's fine. I think it should be fine. But either way, we're doing a poll right now. How many of you already have a flashcard application, right? And I was curious to know, just to make sure how many of you already think thanks, Jose, have something that is already working for you. Let me just close this thing. Cool. Yeah, so 75% of you already have a flashcard application. So let me know in the comments, in the chat, which one you're already using. We got a couple in here. So we got one in here by 1 Minute Chess. Cool username, Obsidian plugin. So yeah, in the previous stream, we were talking about how the Obsidian plugin is actually pretty cool. We're taking a quick look at it, and I think it's gonna be really, really good as it keeps progressing. I found a couple of limitations, but the way that it integrates with the Obsidian nodes, that's of course his biggest pro. So we have Jose saying that he uses Anki. So yeah, I asked, how long have you been using Anki for? And Jose told us lots of years. Helped me through med school, and now as a doctor and med school teacher, recommended to my students. That's awesome, Jose. Yeah, I mean, I was actually, talking the other day in my latest video, in my recent video, how doctors tend to use a lot of spaced repetition software. And that's exactly what Jose's saying. SRS, spaced repetition software, is a must in med school, in my honest opinion. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems to be the case, right? Actually, Jose, I'd love to know, do you think most med school students use spaced repetition, or is it actually rare for a student to use it? Either way, I think that industry is one of the ones that makes the most use out of a spaced repetition. But do you think most students use them? I'd be curious to know. Taran, thank you for being here, Taran. Yeah, I'll only be able to stay for half an hour as I have workshops starting soon. Cool. What is your workshop about? Let us know. And then Taran is saying, I don't use one yet, but I have a choice between Anki and RemNode at the moment. Yeah, so we were talking a bit about that, how RemNode is slightly different to the other alternatives because more of an integration with your nodes. I think it's a great solution. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I have tried RemNode for a while. Sounds nice. Cool. Thank you, Jose, for letting me know. Francesco, I use RemNode to study Latin. Salve, cuidagis. Yeah, I'm also studying Latin with my spaced repetition software. Feel free to drop anything in Latin. Let's test my Latin to see if I get you. I'm still pretty beginner in Latin, but I love the language. I can actually show you some of the flashcards I have in Latin because, Latin, the best thing about it is that it has so many cool sayings, proverbs, quotes, and yeah, I'm actually memorizing quite a few of those. Oh, this is interesting. So yeah, I was asking how many of the med school students use spaced repetition software. Anglo-Saxon, English-speaking schools, I'd say 80 to 90% of students. That's really interesting. I honestly thought it would be less than that. But I guess it really gives you an edge, doesn't it, to have a system that you can use to internalize all this information, which being a doctor, I bet it's a lot of information, So that's incredible. Nice. Yeah, Jose says almost everyone. And Jose, let me actually ask you, are most people using Anki? I've seen a lot of YouTube doctor students, and they always recommend things such as the Anking, like medical student deck. Do most people use Anki? And if so, are most doctor students using pre-made decks, or do they create their own? Jose, if you have more info on that, I would love to understand, what is the logic behind these things for doctors. So Taran, he's talking about his workshop. Is a study skill workshop for the coming uni year, starting in October. That's awesome, man. What do you use for that workshop? Is it just in Zoom? Do you use any note-taking apps for that? I'd love to know more about that. As Eric is saying, I tried to use Anki plugin in Obsidian, but I think flashcards are not for me. Okay, so that's interesting. Why do you think flashcards are not for you? I'd love to tackle that. because I do think it's possible that some people might just not really benefit much from flashcards. I don't know, maybe the way you think about certain things might not be well suited for that. Yeah, I'd love to know. I honestly think I was also using the plugin in Obsidian with Anki, and I had quite a frustrating experience because it didn't always sync. It was a bit messy, and I ended up just using Anki. But now I moved to my new favorite one, which is what we're gonna be talking about. It's called Mochi. So I'm gonna be opening it in a second, but let's tackle a couple more questions. Carpe diem, of course, seize the day. Or do you know Carpe Noctem? Seize the night. This is a really cool one. Memento Mori is one of my all-time favorites. Amor Fati. I'll show you some of the other ones that I have in my system. But I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, I love Latin. I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, Mike and Matty. Yeah, these guys are amazing. I've talked to them and they're really cool YouTubers. And they're pretty involved. They are... Don't quote me on this, but I think they're kind of like on the top of RemNode. I'm not sure if they were the first ones to develop it, but they're definitely pretty high up in the RemNode company. Mike and Matty, if you don't know who they are, check them on YouTube. They're really, really cool. They make a lot of content on space repetition, flashcards, and especially RemNode. Francesco is saying, in my school we studied Latin grammar and literature, and it has tons of things to memorize. Yeah, that's really cool. Where are you from? I'm gonna assume from your name that is Italy, because Italy teaches Latin still, which is really cool. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong and you're not from Italy. And if so, what do you think of your education system with Latin? Do you think it's good? Nihit, let me know if I pronounced that correctly. I think RemNode changed the way flashcards are perceived. Yeah, because before that, I think it was mostly just Anki, and you had to be a bit of a nerd to be involved in Anki. Now I think flashcards are being a bit cooler. My headphones ran out of battery, so let me just connect that real quick. But yeah, we got tons of amazing questions. So yeah, Turan is saying that it's hosted on Adobe Connect. Don't really like, especially it's not available on Linux. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Linux, right? Like, I'm also a big Linux fanboy. Let me know, guys, if you can still hear the music, because I lost the connection with my headphones. If you still can, please let me know, just because I had trouble with that right now. Give me a second. I'll keep addressing your questions. You have some really cool stuff. There we go. Oops. Okay, let me know if you've lost the music, because I think I did. Oh no, that's really frustrating. Either way, let me know if you hear the music. I think probably not. I'll try to fix it in, give me 1 second to try to fix it. If not, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think you can hear the music anymore, right? Okay, never mind. Yeah, no music then. Maybe later I'll try to solve it. No, that's really frustrating. The music was pretty cool. All right, sorry. Let's keep going, guys. So regarding software, So regarding software, now is more variability. As for decks, the students made them. Also share, even there are businesses that sell decks. Yeah, that's interesting. So not everyone's using Anki in med school anymore. The students made them. That's interesting. Yeah, do you recommend students to get some particular decks, or do you recommend them to create their own? I believe that creating your own is always a better idea, but I guess it depends. So yeah, I'd love to know what you think. The platform created by Ali Abdal, also quite popular. I don't know the name of that one actually. I know Ali, the YouTuber guy. I didn't know he created a space repetition software. Jose was telling me that the music's still on, but I think you lost it by now, right? It was working a second ago, but now I lost it. Let's see if we can get it back real quick. Oh no, it's a shame without music. It changes the whole vibe of the thing. I'll see if I solve it. If not, it's fine. Okay, music might be back. I still think I have low battery in here. Cool. Okay, let me know if music's back for real now. Cool. Yeah, Turan is saying that the music, you can't just about hear it. Okay, I'll crank it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. I'm gonna crank it up just a little bit. There we go. Let me know if that's fine. If it's too loud, let me know. Yeah, actually, I think it might be a bit too loud. Okay, let me know if that's fine. Okay, let's keep looking at the comments. So Francesco is saying, I'm from Italy. Here we study Greek too in some schools, and I'm in one of it. They're cool, but they don't have real life use cases. Um, yeah, I mean, studying Greek, I assume you're studying ancient Greek. Of course, Greek is still spoken, but Latin is not. I still think there's a lot of real life use cases for. Wait. Okay, actually, what do you mean by real life use cases? Are you saying that Latin and Greek are not useful in real life, or are you saying that the way they teach it is not real life use cases, meaning actually learning to speak the language, which I believe is really useful for understanding what is behind language, for understanding language better, for being able to speak more languages more easily. But yeah, let me know, Francesco. Megamati joined Remno team later as a content team for the. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I wasn't sure what their involvement was. I've talked to them, and they always kind of talk as if they're representing Remnode, but I didn't know they were the creator, so that makes sense. Cool, we got a lot of comments. Thanks, guys. Behind Epi. What is Epi? What is the Epi? I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Creating the deck is a big part of the learning experience. Yeah, I agree. I think it's better to do that. So yeah, this is in reply to the Obsidian plugin, so it's good. Space repetition, only problem found was Prettifier plugin may break space repetition. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes sense for the Obsidian plugin. So Owa Lucero is saying, hi Santi. Hello, how are you? Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Fellow nursing student here. Anki's been extremely helpful learning everything. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna jump straight into it, at least to show you what I'm gonna be showing you today. This is Mochi. Again, I really like Anki and I think it's great, and if you can figure it out and you like it and you're benefiting from it, then definitely keep going for it. This is the one that I'm gonna be showing you today. It's called Mochi, and I already set it up. As you can see, I have a lot of new cards that haven't been added to the queue. I'm gonna be showing you how it works, and I'm really excited because I think this is a bit of a game changer, to be honest. I think it's making space repetition really, really accessible. The way it looks is, for instance, if you go to Latin, and here I have phrases, and you have quite a lot of things. Creatio ex nihilo, which means creation out of nothing, this kind of stuff. You can review them. I'll show you how to review them. I'll also show you how to create them, but this is what I was talking to Francesco a second ago. I have a lot of phrases in Latin that I love. Actually, this one, ex nihilo, is my tattoo. So it's actually flipped in real life, so you will see it flipped. And this one means out of nothing, nothing comes. So ex nihilo, is this idea, out of nothing. And yeah, I guess I'm just flexing at this point. Let's see what else we get. Are you gonna show your favorite flashcards app? Yes. I'll be definitely showing you more of this, but Mochi, really, really cool application, and it's spelled M-O-C-H. Let me try to spell. Okay. M-O-C-H-I. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. I actually want to show you how it looks like in mobile, because I think it's really, really cool. So let me just see. Let me just share my screen here in mobile. Yeah, I have to reconnect my phone. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. You should be able to see my phone now. There we go. So this is what it looks like in mobile. I think it's really, really cool. So, it's this one up here on the very top. Gonna click on it. And here you're gonna be able to see all the decks, and it's really, really fast actually how quickly it syncs. I might be able to run a couple of tests to show you, but the mobile app is such a good experience. Again, I'm in Android, but I think it works on iPhone. I haven't tried it in there because I don't have an iPhone, but I'm pretty sure it works. So here you have all your decks, and here on the top you have your due to date cards. We're definitely gonna be looking more into it in a second. So actually, if you have any, I want to tackle a couple more of your questions. But yeah, let me know what maybe are you the most interested in checking about this app. If particularly for those of you that don't have a current situation, or if for some reason you're not that happy with your current situation, let me know if you have any questions. Let's go back to my face. Tons of questions. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, exactly. Latin and Greek are super helpful in med school, also in law school, of course. But like a lot of the parts of the body or different like a lot of concepts in med school come from Latin. I might be making this up, but like no, I won't make it up. But either way, Jose, if you know about any terms in Latin that you actually use or see in med school, let me know. Let's see if I understand it. Ah, okay, guitar. Yeah. So you're talking. So epi was short for Epiphone. Yeah. So this guitar is an electroacoustic guitar. It's really, really good. I'll play you a little song called Space Repetition. No, just kidding. But like, Epiphone, that's the brand, so really cool, yeah. Yeah, I love playing guitar. Sounds beautiful. Maybe later we might play something, I don't know. Yeah, I love playing the guitar. It's definitely an epi. I never heard epi as a short for Epiphone, but yeah, you're completely right. Didn't Get Productive do a video on this? I didn't know. I actually follow Francesco, the creator of Get Productive, quite a lot. I didn't really see if he made a video on this, on Mochi. I wonder if that's your favorite. Yeah, you're talking about Mochi? Either way, Francesco is saying ancient Greek and Latin are teach like they're completely dead, but we found them as a core of other languages. I think that if they teach us Latin and teach Italian, it would be more useful. They teach us Latin as that. Yeah, okay, so, I agree, if they were to teach Latin as the language to actually speak, I think I've heard a lot of people actually studying Latin in Italy. They can barely introduce themselves or like say salve, quid agis, which means how are you? Or like, like the basic things about like speaking a language. So I agree that making Latin a spoken language would be a much better use of your time, because I particularly want to learn Latin so that I can get into more languages. I can learn more languages with more ease. Of course, the Romance languages are the ones that are going to be the easiest. I speak Spanish natively, but I'm learning Italian. So yeah, Francesco, if you want to type anything in Italian, feel free to test me. Let's see how much I understand, because I'm still a beginner, but ciao, come vai. So we have another question. So, hey Santi, I migrated from Anki to Remnode. Great app for flashcards and backlinks. I use for concepts that I extract from Obsidian. Okay. It's interesting to see you actually using Remnode together with Obsidian. How has it been so far? Or what is your workflow like, with Obsidian and Remnode? Do you keep most of your nodes in Obsidian, and then only the ones that you want to convert into flashcards move to Remnode? It's interesting because I also, a couple months ago, moved from Anki to Remnode, and the experience was interesting. I do like Remnode, and I think it will keep improving over time, and I hope it does. I think it will. I think it's gonna be amazing. But I did find that a couple of, not super buggy, but I had a couple of frustrations. I created a flashcard and the next day it disappeared, or that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's see. Mochi is a soft Japanese rice cake. That is true, actually. If we go to the all reliable Google. Let me see. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, so here we are. Mochi is really cool because this is what mochi means in Japanese. I was also doing some research, also trying to make sure that I was pronouncing it correctly. But if you search for mochi, this is what mochi means. So yeah, this is inspiration, which also when you go to the Mochi app and the do today is empty, you will see this like the mochi, the food in Japanese. So yeah, like a bowl of rice cake. Yeah, I love the name. I think it's really cool, very creative. I have no idea how it's related to flashcards. I love to know. I've been talking to the creator quite a bit, so I'll definitely ask him. But yeah. So can mochi sync with Obsidian? That's a good question. As far as I know, I don't think so. Well, I mean, there's one way, but it's very manual. I still think you can make use of this if needed. If you really want to integrate your flashcards with Obsidian, definitely take a look at the Obsidian Space Repetition app. Community plugin. So yeah, the Space Repetition community plugin might be what you need. Mochi, what you can do is you can import Markdown files. So I still haven't tried that fully, so I'm really not sure what the logic of it is. But yeah, if you have any more follow-up questions, let me know. Yeah, so white cell, Lucos, plus Kitos. Yeah, nice. No, Kitos. Lucos, Kitos. Yeah, I don't know much Greek yet. Uh, I love Greek, ancient Greek. I've been trying to learn it. But yeah, I only know the alphabet so far. I'm trying to prioritize on my Latin. But that's a good example of how in medicine, ancient Greek and Latin are applied. And almost every anatomic structure name. Nice. Yeah. Again, if you have any Latin examples, I'd love to know because I'm super passionate about this stuff. I've started to learn Japanese and I'm interested in Scottish Gaelic too. Wow, Scottish Gaelic, that's really interesting. I have no idea of any of it. And Japanese is something I haven't gotten myself into yet. Learning at least one Asian language would be really interesting because I hope completely different structure. Yeah, flashcards, again, I personally use them quite heavily for language learning. So, if you take a look at my mochi right here, my mochi, yeah, as you can see, I have Latin. So I have words, which I just started creating these ones. I have more phrases at the moment. So in phrases, I have quite a few. But the way that I use my flashcards here in Mochi, and the reason why I highly recommend giving it a look, is because it's really, really easy to create new flashcards from here. So for instance, you just create a new card. You just do something like, let me think of, salve. What does this mean? It means hello, right? And then when you put this division line, which you can just do by clicking Shift Enter, it creates a division line. So this is now the back of the card. Hello is the back of the card. This one is the front. So let's create that one. I'm gonna press Command Enter in Mac or Control Enter, or you can just click and save up there. You're gonna do that, and you will see that is right here. Now you can see the flashcard, and now you can also do a couple of other cool things like reverse, right? So you can review the reverse, meaning that now you can have a double flashcard so that you get to see like, how do you say hello in Latin? Salve. How do you say, what does salve mean in English? Hello. So it's a double-sided. If you want to suspend it, like the equivalent of Anki of suspending it, meaning that don't add it to the queue, then you can archive it. You can edit it, of course. You can add it to the review. I'm gonna do that right now. As you can see, now there's a number 1 in do today, meaning that if I go to do today, I'm being tested. Salve, what does this mean? And again, I can see what language is this. Especially because I'm learning Italian and Latin at the same time, it's really useful for me to be able to see which language it is, because there's a couple of overlapping concepts in Italian and Latin that might be confusing at times. So, it's really cool that in here I get to see, okay, this Latin and phrases. Let me actually show you what this looks like on the phone. Let me actually show you. That's really cool. Wait, we have a couple of questions. Okay, I'll show you my phone later. Let me tackle down the questions. Penso che Remnote sia utile, ma non è bella esteticamente. Ah, interesting. So you don't like the aesthetics of Remnote. So, Francesco, if I got this right, it means I think that Remnote is very useful, but I don't think it's that beautiful aesthetically, Let me know if I got that right. I think I did. Yeah, okay, so you don't like the aesthetics of it. No, I mean, I get it, I think it's pretty good. But for me, personally, I think Mochi looks a lot better. Like, look at how beautiful it is. And the fact that it's dark mode, to me, like, that is incredible. You can always have it in light mode. So, off. There you go. Again, I'm a big fan of dark mode, so I always keep it in on. If you can leave it in auto, it's going to detect what your computer is doing. So my computer is in dark mode, so that's why it automatically switches. Yeah, so Jose is saying, I would love a more easy Anki alternative so my students can skip the learning Anki time and go straight to flashcarding. Yeah, like that for me, as someone who creates content online, I've been wanting to talk about flashcards for a while, but really, like, for me, the challenge of teaching someone Anki and all the technical difficulties that you might stumble upon is really a huge barrier. So that's why I've been so excited for Mochi. I think Mochi, even though it has quite a few advanced things, it's really easy to learn, in my opinion. So that is the main thing I like about it. Now, of course, there's one thing to keep in mind about Mochi, and that is the fact that it's, there's a free plan, which you can absolutely use. But if you want to sync it to your phone, like I do, and like I recommend doing, that costs a bit, At the time of, at this time right now, It's like $5 a month, which I think is pretty decent, to be honest. But of course, Anki is free. But again, you save a lot of headaches by using something like Mochi. So I really recommend taking a look at it, especially, for students that maybe really struggle learning Anki, or like, my goal is to actually teach people space repetition and flashcards using an easy to use software like Mochi. So that is why I really like it. Toran is saying my clan's native to Scottish Highlands, which is where Scottish Gaelic is traditionally spoken. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, Scottish. Yeah, I have no idea what that even sounds like, but I mean, if you can write something in Scottish Highlands, am I even pronouncing that right? Highlands? Yeah, feel free to write something in the chat. I'd love to even attempt to read that. So, oh man, I'm really sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Varat? Is it French? Let me know if it's French. I use Obsidian to digest. Okay, yeah, so this is on the question how you use Obsidian with REM notes. So I use Obsidian to digest academic articles and create permanent notes. During the process, I make blocks that are just concepts. The ones I want to dominate are turned into flashcards or REM notes. That's amazing. I have something similar with my Logic notes. So yeah. No, I mean, I definitely agree. This is definitely something I would even recommend. Hello, Shitashi, you're awesome. You introduced me to Mochi, so it's thanks to you that I'm actually using Mochi now. I'm super excited to share more about this. I'm actually going to show you a bit of Mochi in a second. Actually, if you guys have any specific questions or anything that you want me to share with you of what Mochi is capable of, let me know. Because in the meantime, I love answering your questions. So what else we got? Yeah, so Shitashi is saying, I learned about Anki from my little sister. She's a very student, but she never liked the interface and now uses Mochi. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I think Mochi, for the most part, has the power of Anki, but with none of the headache, and actually a couple of things that I haven't been able to achieve in Anki, Taking a look at the poll, we did a poll that you might be able to see on the top of the chat. Do you currently use a Flashcards app? 68% of you have said yes, which is interesting. So keep letting me know if you use Anki, if you use something else. I'd love to know. Maybe let me know what are the struggles that you have with your current situation, with your current Flashcard app. And 32 of you have said no. So, I think you might be able to benefit from, what we're going to be discussing today. So Shitashi says, I think the best idea to have, especially when it comes to learning, is to make sure your tools have as little friction as possible. I agree, because I've honestly struggled quite a bit in the past with trying to find what app I want to use for a certain purpose. I talk a lot about Emacs org mode, which if you're not aware of, is a really cool. Oh wait, Taran is leaving. Thank you for the streaming. Good luck, man. Good luck with your workshop. Hope you have a great day, and hope everything works well. But yeah, anyway, back to the topic. I think I've been trying to use Emacs org mode for everything, but the friction that it has, it's just like, like when you use something like Obsidian, you start realizing how much quicker it can be to take notes, So that is the advantage of Mochi, like you create a node, you go to like words in Latin. Well, let's go to Italian right now, actually. And yeah, let's just do something basic, like buongiorno. Giorno. I think that's correct. Good morning, right? There you go. Flashcards already been created. If I want to add it to my reviews, there you go. As you can see up here, it's already there. What I really love about Mochi is that you can both do your daily cue or your do today, but you can also go to say Latin phrases, and you can also cram. This concept that I really like is like custom study in Anki, if you're familiar with that. And now you can just cram study, and this won't add to your queue. So it doesn't affect it. It's just if you want to check a couple of things out straight away without having to, the algorithm changing if you know this card or not. So out cum escuto, out in escuto. So this means either with shield or without a shield, which is, let me show you. Either with shield or on shield. Okay, yeah. So it means do or die, no retreat. Said by Spartan mothers to the sons as they departed for battle, meaning that either you return back with your shield as a warrior, or you come back on someone else's shield. these shields were pretty big, so they dragged you back home on it, meaning that you do or die, you know, like go all the way, which is really cool concept. But you know, I remember that, so let's click like that. Adversus solem nelocitur. It means do not speak ill of the sun, or do not adversus, do not speak against the sun. Do not speak against the sun. Yeah, that's it. Which just means don't question things that are obvious, which is an interesting concept because I still think you should question them. Creatio ex nihilo, that's my tattoo, so created out of nothing. That's how it works, right? But yeah, we're gonna keep looking at that in a second. Let's see what else we got. Does Mochi have advanced feature like close or image occlusion? Then it's sold. Great question. So, okay, yes and no, because it does have close and it does not yet have image occlusion, which I know can be a deal breaker for a lot of people. That's very unfortunate, but at least let me show you how good the close is. So, you know, let's go to phrases. Let's actually do, okay, no, actually, I'll show you one example that I already have. Okay, so these memory techniques, these are a couple of, oh wait, you can't see it, sorry. There you go. So these on the left, let me actually zoom so that you can see it better. Yeah, there we go. So on the left, we have memory techniques. Now, memory techniques, these are techniques to memorize things better. So I have a system, for instance. I have a system of numbers from 0 to 99. Each number is related to a person, you know? So OB1 is 02. This is based on a system where each number, for instance, 0 means O and 2 means B, right? So OB is, of course, OB1 Kenobi, you know, things like that. But either way, I have another one for memorizing decks of cards. So for instance, in that one, let me show you. In that one, I have, let me just clear this thing real quick. In this one, I have close deletions, right? So for close, here you can see that each suit of a playing card represents one genre or one film, let's say, right? Or one fictional universe. So if we take a look at this one, and if I click in here, you'll be able to see that it's Star Wars. Now, this is the advanced way to do it, but if I were to create, you know, let me just actually create a test one. So test, here we go. Okay, so now when you create a new card, you can do something like, I don't know, the star is, the sun is a, and then star, you can actually select this and do close. Or you can just use double curly bracket, right? Now we're gonna save it, and as you can see, there it is. The sun is a star, and you can hide it, right? So now if we just test ourselves, the sun is a, what is it? It's a star. There you go. And now you remembered it. So that's how close deletions work. I think it's really, really good. It's a much better experience than Anki, in my opinion. I think it's amazing, right? But image occlusion is a big problem, because image occlusion, in case you're not aware of what that is having an image and hiding specific parts of that image. As far as I know, Mochi does not have that yet, but let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, I might be wrong. Mochi's saying, yeah, sorry, Shatashi's saying, Mochi does not have image occlusion as of right now. Hopefully the developer will consider this feature, because I too would enjoy it. Yeah, I agree, you know, it would be amazing. So hopefully. Baz is saying audio is gone. No way, really? Guys, can you hear me? No more audio. Oh no, that's terrible. Sound is okay. Guys, please let me know if you can hear me now. I'm really sorry if the audio went off. Let me just try to see what it could be. Please let me know if it's working now. That's really annoying. Sorry about that. Let me know if the audio is working, please, so that I can keep talking. Oh man, that's so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know why the audio would have been gone. Please let me know if it's okay. I mean, Jose is saying that it's okay. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Jose can confirm that it's okay now. I can hear you fine. Yeah, really weird. Yeah, that's really strange. Baz, let me know if you can still hear me. Maybe it can be something on your side. If you can't hear me, maybe try checking if, you know, like everything's okay with your computer, but okay, cool. I can hear you. All right, perfect, guys. Yeah, I got scared because I've been talking for quite a while. Cool. So we got a couple of other things. Sounds okay. Cool, guys. Okay, awesome. I appreciate the feedback because otherwise it would have been horrible to just be speaking without you be able to hearing. So I'm Brazilian. Okay, so vragate, is that how you say it? I'm Brazilian. Brigade is Italian, so vragate. Let me know if that's okay. Is my last name. I didn't know Mochi. What's your opinion comparing it against Remnote? So, I think Mochi is better than Remnote in the fact that it's a standalone space repetition software. Let me take this off. It's getting pretty warm. The argument is getting pretty heated. No, just kidding. Oh man, I can't take this off. Okay. Cool. So, against Mochi, Remnote against Mochi, like I was saying, I think it's a bit of a better experience because it's all just flashcards, just space repetition. Whereas Remnote is way better if you already use Remnote as your note-taking application. If you don't, I think it might be better to give Mochi a try, in my opinion. Even Anki, I think, might be a better solution than Remnote if all you care about is space repetition and you keep your notes in a separate app. If you want to keep your notes in Remnote, then it's a great idea to use Remnote. But if you just want a space repetition solution, then Mochi is amazing. Yeah, image occlusion is a must for Mets. That's actually true. I really hope they develop this feature, man. I'll try to even see like what is the state of this. I'll do a bit of research. Because image occlusion would be incredible. Shitashi is saying, I cram all the time. It's not the best strategy, but I get desperate. Yeah, so again, like for those of you that maybe just hopped on into here, cram is the ability to just, instead of having to go to the do today, which I'm gonna, actually I want to show you that in the phone in a second. But either way, so phrases, if I go here in phrases and I cram, it just means like don't add it to the algorithm, don't add it to the space repetition, just show me and let me practice without worrying about how this will affect the future of the algorithm inside of Mochi. So vincit qui se vincit, vincit qui se vincit. Yeah, this means he who conquers himself conquers everything. He who conquers, yeah, okay, pretty good. So like that, ductot exemplo. So lead by example. Yeah, cool. Either way, you get the point. That's how the cram system works. If you use the Mochi Notes plugin in Obsidian, will Obsidian update to the notes show up? Ah, okay. I don't know why I forgot this. Someone was asking earlier. I don't know if it was you, Colby. Thanks for being here, by the way. Yeah, so I think there is a Mochi plugin in Obsidian. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that. I haven't even tried it. So the question is, if you use the Mochi Notes plugin in Obsidian, will Obsidian update to the notes show up in Obsidian? Or will it have two files now? I don't know yet. Honestly, actually, thank you for reminding me of this because I completely forgot to test the Obsidian plugin. If we get time, we might test it. We'll see. Tell us about your microphone someday, Santi. The audio is really smooth. Oh, thank you so much. I tried to make the audio good, but I have a construction out here, which, especially when I turn off the music, you really hear it. It's so frustrating. They are building 3 buildings around my apartment, and it's so frustrating. But either way, this microphone that I'm using is the Zoom H5, and it's incredible. I want to be able to get it in a tripod so that I can have it above me. That'd be good. This thing is really stupid looking. I really don't like the way it looks, but I haven't been able to find a replacement and one that fits better, or like one of those circular things. But either way, this is so that if you see I blew in it sounds horrible. I blow in it doesn't sound horrible. Of course, why would I be blowing into a microphone? It's not like I'd be blowing, but whenever you speak, you release air. So without this, you can hear a bit of that. So that's why I have this thing. Either way, thank you so much. Happy to know you enjoyed the audio. It didn't go up for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, regarding the audio. Thanks, guys. So great, cool. Okay, feel free to drop any more questions if you have any. But right now, what I would like to show you is actually how the Mochi application in the phone works, because I think it's incredible as well. And we're gonna be actually integrating it a bit with the way it works with this one right here. So as you can see in here, we have do today. We have 2 of these. Plosives. Yeah, I didn't want to go too nerdy on it, but yeah, plosives are like, like beatbox. But yeah, that's it. You know it, Jose. You know it. Um, yeah, so like here we have due today, we have two of these, right? Now let me actually show you what this looks like on the mobile application. There we go. So as you can see, it should sync automatically. If we go up here, in the very top, you should be able to see syncing soon. Let me actually see why it's not syncing. Let me actually close it and open it again. Because in my experience, the syncing has been really, really quick. Let's take a look. Water break in the meantime. There you go. So now, as you can see, due today, there's two cards due today. So now I actually practice all of my flashcards in my phone. I do this as soon as I wake up to reduce the friction of doing it. So like I meditate in the morning and I do my flashcards in the morning, first thing in the morning, right? So do today I have two flashcards, right? This is Latin, so salve means hello, and I got it. So I press correct. Now this one's Italian, as you can see in the very top. Italian, buongiorno means good morning. And there we go. So we finished for today. If we want to learn new flashcards, we can click in there. This is actually going to take us to this section, new cards, right? Creatio ex nihilo, it means creating out of nothing, right? Or creation out of nothing. We can check if that's true. It's true. So now when I click on check, you can see that here above in the do today, it's empty, right? But because these are new cards, whenever you do a new card for the first time and you click remembered the check, then that should take it to that due today queue, right? And now I'm being tested creatio ex nihilo. I know it, so that's okay. That's how it works, right? Cool. Let's check out some of the questions that we have. I think video feed is delayed. Lol. Yeah, no, there should be a bit of a delay. Actually, let me know if you can hear my voice at the same time you watch the video, because that's definitely something I want to fix if you see any problems with it. But yeah, I have not had time to explore plugins since the school workload is heavy. Yeah, I get you. If that works, then it could be great, as I could figure out an image occlusion compromise. Yeah, again, Mochi is really good if you maybe don't have the time for figuring out Anki. One of the biggest problems for me with Anki really was the fact that in mobile, thankfully in Android, it's free. You can use Anki Droid, which is great. If you're an iPhone, you need to do a one-time payment, I believe, of $20. It's actually funny how Anki as a company charges people in iPhone because they just assume they have more money, which I don't know if it's the case all the time, but it's a funny thing to do. I mean, I feel great being an Android user, not having to pay for it. But actually, I had quite a few problems with the Anki mobile app because, again, I review all of my flashcards in my phone. So having that problem where some flashcards disappear from my queue on Anki, that was a big problem because I really wasn't making the most out of Anki's great algorithm. Yeah, 30 seconds more or less. Yeah. So yeah, this is the delay that Colby was talking about. There is a delay. I will be getting a new computer hopefully at the end of the month, so that delay should be a lot less and the quality should be a lot better, and I'm gonna be able to use this good camera. So yeah, look forward to that. Right now I'm using a GoPro, which I think looks decent, but I do need it to open the window so that I can get more light, otherwise it doesn't look as good. Either way. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, it's okay. I'm catching up with your comments. I know I'm in a bit of a delay, so sorry about that. But don't worry, keep adding your comments and I'll keep checking them out. Let me just make sure that everything's working with this thing right here. Yeah, it's just like the app that I'm using to connect my phone with the stream. Yeah, okay, there we are. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you again, like in Mochi, the cool thing is that you can keep adding, from the mobile phone, you can also add all types of flashcards, and it works almost just as good as the one in the computer. If I show you, there's one feature that is way better in the computer version, in the desktop version, and that is the fact that you can go, for instance, again, let's go to a different one. Tokipona. If you're not familiar with what Tokipona is, don't feel like you should learn it. It's a really strange concept. It's a conlang. Conlang means constructed language, right? So it's like Esperanto, if you're aware of that. It's a language that was created by a person, right? And it's a really cool concept that I really enjoy. A conlang or Tokipona is this concept of a language that is only composed of like 114 words. I'm not sure if that's the exact number, I kind of forgot. But yeah, it has a limited amount of vocabulary, and you need to combine words in order to create meaning. So it's really interesting. I have a podcast in it on my website if you want to check it out about Tokipona. I haven't been updating it for a while, but it's a cool concept and I'm still learning it. But either way, one of the cool features about Mochi is that you can go to notebook view, which is really cool. This makes it seem like one document. You can reveal the answers of things and you can write with a bit more ease, perhaps. There's really cool shortcuts as well. If you press E, well, actually that works in this view. So the grid view is one that is really, really cool. If you press E, you're able to edit the file. It works fully with Markdown, which is great. But again, one of the cool things that you have in the desktop app is that you can see things in a list view. You can see things in column view, which I really like. It's like on this side, and then on the right you can edit it. This is a bit more similar to Anki. I like it a lot. It's a lot better than Anki in my opinion, like the customization of cards. And then you have the grid view, which I really, really like. Another thing that you can do is you can show the answers of things, which is particularly useful when you have images. And again, adding images is really, really nice. If we go to my memory technique system, again, this is a system where a celebrity or a famous character of anything represents one number, and that way you're able to memorize long strings of numbers. If you want me to get more into how this works, I'll definitely be happy to. But Owen Wilson is 07, Steve Jobs is 05, stuff like that. Amy Adams 1 means letter A, so AA, of course, Amy Adams. And what's really cool in here, what I wanted to show you, is that here you can decide if you want to see both sides or you just want to see the numbers, so that way you're able to see that. And you also have nested cards, which is a bit something more advanced that I haven't really used or found the need for yet. But yeah, either way, that's the concept. Let's see what else you guys have. So Jose says, off topic, I love your videos. Thank you so much. I would love an Amazing Marvin workflow video someday. There are so many options, I feel overwhelmed. Yeah, I've been meaning to do an Amazing Marvin video for a while. Don't tell this anywhere, don't tell this to anyone, but it's not a secret. But yeah, I've been trying to interview the creator of Amazing Marvin. I've been waiting for that. Hopefully it will happen soon. She did agree to it. Cristina is the creator, and she agreed to the interview, but we haven't managed to schedule it yet. So that would be my introduction to more, to start making Amazing Marvin videos. I think it's worth it. I think Amazing Marvin is definitely worth it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I think it's definitely an amazing Marvin. It's an amazing solution for task management. One of the best ones that I found. So yeah, I'll definitely be making more of this. Thank you so much for watching my videos, Jose. Means a lot. Let's see what else you guys are saying. So Colby is saying, yeah, so I am understanding the quick scheme I saw. A card has infinite sides. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually something interesting about Mochi. You can have unlimited sides, so you can flip, instead of like, let me give you an example. So here you have a paper flashcard. This is flashcard, and in the back you only have one back of a card, of a paper bag, right? Whereas in Mochi you can have unlimited ones. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me just drink some water. Let me show you real quick what I mean. Okay, so let's go again to our test that we created in here. So when we create a new card, we can have like, okay, this is first side, right? Second side, third side. As long as you keep adding more of these lines, you can keep adding them. So let me show you what this looks like when we save it. Now let's cram it, right? So let's study. This is first side. You can have more answers. So next, like that, right? What's really cool is we also have some cool shortcuts. So if I press, let me see. Yeah, if I press the down arrow, I can keep revealing more. And if I press the down arrow, and if I press the up arrow, I can hide them again, which is really cool. I like that concept a lot. Colby is saying, I use Obsidian, and I have had some issues with RemNode. I don't think I want to go back. So looking at Anki and Mochi to work with Obsidian. Yeah, I honestly think that the Anki integration with Obsidian is not great. I mean, I really like it. I appreciate the fact that it exists. I like it conceptually, but in practice, I had quite a few issues with it, and it's not the best workflow in my opinion. I had high hopes for it. I thought it was gonna be incredible, but yeah, I think it's a bit flawed. So Mochi, I haven't tried again the integration of Mochi with Obsidian, but we'll see. Can you show how it is to get from Obsidian to Mochi? Oh, okay, wow. Okay, let me open Obsidian real quick. I haven't tried this yet because I don't see the need for it right now. I really like being able to create my cards straight into Mochi, but of course, there's definitely use cases and times where it does make sense to actually integrate Obsidian with Mochi. Let me just hide a couple of sensitive information that I have in Obsidian right now so that I can show you. Okay, I think we're good. Cool. Okay, let me show you my screen. So here we are in Obsidian, right? If we go to the settings, community plugins, browse. Again, I haven't tried this, but Mochi card exporter. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. Export, let's install it. Export markdown nodes to Mochi cards from within Obsidian. Okay, so exports markdown nodes, which is an awesome flashcard app. Okay, the features: create cards using tags in Obsidian and export them to Mochi. Okay, yeah, maybe it might take me a bit of a. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the options look like. Let's see if it's easy to do. Take naming options. Okay, card title, hide tags. Huh. Interesting. There's not that many settings. How does it connect with my Mochi account? Or does it do it with my local files? I don't know. If anyone has experience with this, let me know. Maybe it might be a bit too much of an issue to try it right now. But again, I haven't had the need to use this yet. I definitely see how it's useful, but honestly, like, it's so freaking easy to create cards straight into Mochi that I absolutely love it. Like, I have my Seto casting nodes in Logic and Obsidian, and I actually have one right here. So this is, for instance, an example of a Seto casting node that I have. What is the Surguarding effect? Let's just cram it. And then I have here the answer, which is a bit compressed from my Seto casting node, so that is a better flashcard, right? So what I'm doing right now is I have my Seto casting nodes in Obsidian and Logic, and then I kind of like translate it into a question so that I can put it into Mochi. Yes, you can export it straight from Obsidian. I haven't found the need for that yet, but yeah, we'll see. If anyone has experience with this, let me know. I'll definitely experiment with that more, and we'll see where that takes us. But thanks for the question. So Satashi is saying, I'm really glad you're making videos on this. There aren't many Mochi videos on YouTube at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to make videos on it. I really like the fact of like this, interacting with you guys, being able to answer your questions in a stream. But I definitely want to start making videos on Mochi because I think it'd be really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, Christina, again, that's the creator of Amazing Marvin. Let's hope we can make it happen soon. I'll let you know when it's what do you say? When it's certain that we're gonna do it, or when, because I love to do it in a stream as well. I'll be able to live stream the interview so that you guys, if you have any questions about to do systems and task management, you can ask questions live. So that'd be really cool. Keep productive. Yeah, so okay, yeah. Thought you were telling me to keep productive, but no, you're talking about the YouTube channel. Let's take a look. Let me actually share my screen. So okay, let's see what happens when we search for Mochi. I mean, probably we'll have to do Mochi flashcard, yeah, because otherwise we have that. Flashcards? Nice. I'll add this to my watch later. So interesting. Wait, is it featuring Ali Abdal, or is it just like a sponsor segment? I just want to see if this is Francesco or Ali being interviewed in Francesco.
And managing processes can be overwhelming. Forgotten this one. If I press F, as you...
Okay, yeah, so it is Francesco talking about it. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I'll definitely watch it. I don't know why I didn't see it. But yeah, interesting. That seems to be... Is it the only one? So Mochi flashcards. we get a leap, but I don't think he's using Mochi. Wow, no one's making video Mochi. Okay, cool. So I love to become the Mochi guy. That'd be really cool. Her new plugin is awesome. Shitashi, which one's your plugin? I didn't know you have a plugin. Oh, please let me know which one it is. I'd love to give it a try. Colby's saying, do the sites each have different learning ratings, or your answer is based on all of the sites? I believe it has different rating levels. I'll actually be talking to the creator of Mochi soon, so that's a great question to ask, because I'm not fully sure. Let me copy that question because it's really good. Let me put it in my Obsidian. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. So this was by Colby. Chat question for Mochi. Cool. Yeah, thanks for that question. I'll definitely make sure to figure that out. Yeah, which was your plugin, Shitashi? Oh man, we got a lot of comments. Thanks guys, you're awesome. That thing of the infinite site is interesting. Great for learning algorithms or protocols. I don't know if Anki can do that. I honestly haven't seen that in Anki. Maybe there might be a plugin that allows you to do that. It's definitely an interesting concept that I think is pretty new. If you guys know of any other applications doing that, I'd love to know. But as far as I know, Much is the only one to do that. Even if not with the plugin. I'm planning a really cool workflow setup for my little sister that includes Kindle to Readwise to Obsidian to Mochi. I love to see how you're using the new Readwise plugin, Santi. Yeah, okay, so I'm really excited that Readwise now supports Obsidian. So, if we take a look at the community plugins, there was community made Readwise, there we go. So there's a community one, but now there's the official one. So this is really exciting. I think it's incredible that now it's like officially supported. I haven't tried it yet, I think Readwise is an incredible concept, but honestly, I have another workflow for moving my Kindle highlights to my notes, so I haven't had the need for Readwise yet. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I actually, I'm always in the search for reducing cost. I don't want to pay so many services all at once. I'm sure you agree. Actually, I love to share a bit of which which applications I paid for, because I think that's an interesting conversation, and I'd love to know, guys, how many applications, software as a service do you pay for? Because Readwise might be worth it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I like this workflow that you're suggesting. Readwise to Obsidian to Mochi. Well, Kindle to Readwise. That's incredible. Thanks, it's great. Yeah, no worries. I need to check it further, to be honest. But yeah. I'm thinking we could ask the Obsidian to Mochi plugin developer. Okay, we could ask the Obsidian to Mochi plugin developer to add a sync with Mochi features, where you log into your Mochi account. Yeah, that'd be incredible, because otherwise, I'm guessing is not a two-way sync, which is a problem. By two-way sync, I mean if I update my notes in Obsidian, I want to see them in Mochi. But also, if I update them in Mochi, I want to see them in Obsidian. Otherwise, I don't think it's that great. Seems like the plugin right now is just for exporting it, which can be done manually. So yeah, I would have to test this plugin. So Colby is saying, my time is very tight, so hard taking notes, then moving to another app. I was wondering if there was a quick way as export. Willing to see if there's a way. Okay, yeah, so I know what you mean. So let's take a look. If we open Mochi right here, you'll be able to see that there's an import function where you can import from Anki, which actually works really well. Actually, if you're doing this, definitely message me. Go to my website contact page, message me if you're having troubles with this, because there's one problem that I was having with this that I figured out. So I want to see if it's a common problem. If you're struggling with importing from Anki, let me know. And you can also import from Markdown, which is useful in your case. But yeah, pretty good. That is workflow. To the Obsidian community any way you can. Shitashi, which one's your plugin? As mentioned Mochi in a video before. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so nodes with Ren. Yeah, that's another YouTube channel. I'll add that to my notes as well, because I want to check that out. Let me just add that to my Obsidian. There we go. Cool. Shitashi said this. Cool. I think the music stopped. That's good. Let me get the music going. It's because the playlist stopped. I mean, the playlist finished. Cool. You guys can hear the music now? Let me know. You're speaking with the Mochi creator. Yeah, I mean, this is again, Shatashi, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have found Mochi. I don't know why I never found Mochi. But yeah, I'm talking to the creator, so we'll see if there's ways to collaborate, or, you know, like maybe if you have any feedback, guys, I'm happy to pass it on to him if I can. Yeah, I have a couple of feedback points that I want to discuss. So yeah, I'll be doing video call with him the day after tomorrow. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything that you would like me to ask the creator of Mochi, let me know. Shitashi saying read by processes more than Kindle though. Yeah, tweets, website articles. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I haven't tried Readwise properly. I feel ashamed on that because it seems like an amazing tool. So yeah, okay, you might have convinced me. I should maybe give Readwise a try. So two-way sync would be a dream. Yep, I agree. I really hope it becomes a two-way sync process from Obsidian to Mochi. Okay, good question, Francesco. Anyone know of a podcast app like Air but for Android? Okay. I've heard of one, but I haven't tried it yet. Let me see if I have it on my phone real quick. Let me see. Actually, let me show you my phone to see if we find it. Because I was trying it, but you know, like, I haven't really used it much. But yeah, there's an Android version. I just have to go on my Muggle version of my Android phone. Otherwise, it's too hard to find. So here I have my apps. It's one of these ones. Honestly, I haven't used it much. Where is it? Oh man, I can't find it. No. I think it's this one. Momento? I think it's this one. That is like an Air alternative. Yeah, like it's like a version of Air for podcast. So if anyone's not aware of what Air means, it's like a mobile application. It's an app for iPhone that lets you take notes on podcasts. Now, there's no version for that on Android for Air. So Momento, this one right here. So let me just show you. That is the icon right there. Okay, this one right here, Momento. Yeah, that's the one. I moved it to another screen, but either way, so that you can see it. That one is equivalent for Android. I haven't used it much, so I'm really not sure how good it is, but yeah, it works in a similar way. Again, I'm not sure if it has everything that Air has for iPhone, but yeah, check it out. It might be what you need. Cool. Yeah, Jose agrees. Nice. So what is Shitashi saying? We should try to get the Mochi creator, I think his name is Matthew, to use Obsidian. If he doesn't already use it, then there'd be a bigger incentive for some cool Mochi plus Obsidian integrations. Yeah, you know, like whenever the creator of a software is using the same note-taking app as you, it's way more likely for them to create a better integration with it. So yeah, we'll see. You know, again, I'll talk to him. I'll see what he's using. If he uses Obsidian, that's probably good news. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I do think an integration with Obsidian would be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. Cool. Colby agrees. Awesome, guys. If you guys have any final questions, please let me know. I will definitely be making, or at least I plan to make, Mochi videos. I think it'd be really, really cool. And again, like, I'm really excited for the development of Mochi. I think it's gonna become even better. Seems like by what you guys are saying, image occlusion is perhaps the only thing that's really missing from it. So I'll see the stage, you know, like that, where that is at in the roadmap. Awesome, cool. Hey guys, if you have any final questions, feel free to let me know. If not, we'll be wrapping this up in a second. So yeah, let's take some water. I still am full of water. I usually end the stream when the water is empty, so I might have to check this whole thing. Cool. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I do this thing called intermittent fasting where I don't have breakfast. So right now it's like 1:30 p.m. So yeah, I don't have breakfast most days. So I get pretty hungry. That's what happens when you do intermittent fasting. Okay, yeah, Francesco has a question, of course. What do you think of a what's on my phone video? That'd be really cool because I try to keep a very minimalist setup. Minimal. How do you say that? A very minimal setup in my phone. So yeah, I would definitely consider doing this. This is my phone. I search for whatever app I need. The other thing that I was showing you at the moment is pretty unorganized. Like it's the default one, but I'm using this thing called O Launcher to simplify the system quite a lot more. So like for instance, if I were to search for Spotify, whenever you stop typing it, it opens it automatically. And as you can see, I have a weird keyboard, right? This keyboard is incredible. I absolutely love it. It's so that you can type with one hand. I love it. Yeah, it's a great idea. Thank you for letting me know that idea that you have on making a phone video. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, thanks for that. Cool. Okay, we have a couple of questions. So let's, again, guys, if you have any final questions, I'm happy to stay a bit longer, but if not, we'll wrap it up after answering these questions. Okay, so my plugin is called Scene Menu. It's a menu bar that sits on your workspace and you can add custom commands onto it. Default commands are for text editing. Okay, wow. Why didn't I know that? That's incredible. Let's take a look at it. Shitashi, you're awesome. I didn't know you have a plugin. Let's install it straight away. Is it installing? There we go. Okay, let's enable it. Yeah, let me take a look. Okay, so Scene Menu is a plugin that adds a minimal and user-friendly text editor modal for smooth writing. Wow, ease of use. How it works. Do I need to add this code somewhere? I'll definitely read this properly, but wow, okay, so you're making it way more visual. This is incredible. Shitashi, you're awesome. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick. If not, I'll probably leave it for another day and I'll definitely like to talk more about it, but that's really cool. So, okay, so toggle bold, customize menu. Cool. Okay, so Scene Menu, toggle underline, toggle superscript. Wait. Okay, Scene Menu. I know this must be painful for you, Shitashi, to see me struggling right now. Code block. Okay, no, I don't want to do a disservice to your awesome plugin. So I'll definitely explore it properly later and then I'll review it or talk about it. But yeah, thank you for making that plugin. That's so cool. I like the concept a lot. Recommendation for Obsidian. So Mochi with Anki would be recommendation for Obsidian. Okay, wait. Maybe I don't know if you made an accident on like Mochi with Anki. Yeah, either way, let me just clear it up just in case. But I would say Mochi by itself, perhaps integrating it a little bit with Obsidian, it's a better workflow than just Anki. So I don't know if you rephrase that in a different way or if you were thinking about using Mochi with Anki. Yeah, either way, I would recommend using Mochi by itself, to be honest. Perhaps if the Obsidian plugin develops further, then maybe Mochi with Obsidian would be cool. But for now, Mochi by itself is incredible. So that's my recommendation. Like you can take nodes in Obsidian, and whenever you want to convert them into flashcards, then you move it into flashcards. Understand about hunger. We'll let you go. Don't worry. I mean, I don't get cranky when I get hungry. I just, a lot of people get in bad moods when they're hungry. I don't. I'm just hungry. Okay, yeah. I meant you would use Mochi with Obsidian, not Anki. Yep. I mean, personally, like I said again, I much rather use Mochi by itself. Let me just show you. Mochi by itself to me is an incredible workflow already. So I don't really think it's necessary to integrate it with Obsidian, to be honest. I think it just works incredibly by itself. And you can also have tags. That's something I didn't talk about. But you can also have tags. So for instance, define things that I want to research more on. Nouns, these ones are in Latin. Some of the top things that I want to keep. Verbs, this one's interesting. Audio means I hear in Latin. So that's interesting. But yeah. think I need a much better explanation for the plugin. No, don't worry. I mean, I think it was clear. It's just that I literally skimmed through it. I didn't really, I didn't really go through it properly. No, don't worry about it. I honestly think the concept is very clear. I just need to spend at least 5 minutes in it, you know? No, Matt, you missed the stream. Man, if you have any questions, again, I'm finally to stay a bit longer for you guys if you need to. Oh, that's a shame though. I will have a schedule though. I will have a schedule soon. I think I might have like a stream scheduled properly when I get my new computer. That thing is gonna be a beast. It's a custom built computer. One of those gamer PCs. I'm not a gamer, but I might become one. Who knows? It's really, really powerful. I'm so excited. The streams are gonna be super good. The quality is gonna improve. I'm gonna be using that camera over there. So yeah, once I have a bit more of a reliable setup, this computer is really old. As you can see, the quality is not that good. So when I have that set up, I think I will have a proper schedule, and I'll let you guys know, you know, with more anticipation when the streams will be. Jose, you're amazing. Just want to thank you for fresh and authentic videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. Is a mochi creator. Oh, Matt. No way. I didn't recognize your name. I'm so sorry. Great having you here. Everyone, this is the mochi creator. This is the creator of the plugin. I'm so sorry I didn't recognize your name straight away. See you on Thursday, man. Sorry for embarrassing myself. I asked you like, hey, do you have any questions about Mochi? Man, you're the creator. Guys, we have the creator here of Mochi. But yeah, no, Matt, I was telling everyone about how incredible it is to be able to just create everything inside of Mochi and have that automatically, you know, go to your daily queue. How your new cards, whenever you add them to reviews, they're already added to the do today. Man, great work. It's incredible. I'm so excited to share this with more people. You know, Barba non facit filosofum. And by the way, Matt, thank you so much for adding Vim shortcuts. You don't know how happy that makes me. I'm pressing right now J and K, and I'm able to do this, and of course the space. You know, I love it, man. Matt, so happy with this. Thank you for making this amazing plugin. Shitashi, you just saved me. I would have embarrassed myself so bad if I didn't realize that Matt was here. Looking forward for the new setup. Thank you, man. Hi, Shitashi. There you go. Shitashi is fangirling over you, Matt. So happy to have you here. Your application is super fantastic. Absolutely. Shitashi's fangirling. That's so cool. No problem. Oh, man. Colby's so excited. Matt, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. Sorry I didn't message you directly saying that I'll be doing the stream about Mochi today. I'm really sorry about that. I definitely should have told you earlier. That's my bad. I was just a bit on a rush to get the stream going, so I just tweeted quickly about it and I jumped straight into it. All right, cool. What is Matt saying? Guys, we have Matt here. Okay, let's stay a bit longer, you know. I don't want to wrap it up if Matt is here. If you guys have any questions for Matt, or anything that you would like. You know, Matt, actually, everyone was asking if image occlusion is something that might be coming to Mochi soon, you know? That seems to be the main thing that people are, like, as a pain point that they would really like to see. The Vim shortcuts, wasn't sure if any... Yeah, man, you know, Vim shortcuts. The moment I saw J and K in the shortcut list, I literally jumped of joy. I was like, yes, finally someone that uses Vim and is creating an amazing software. I was even telling my girlfriend, you know, like I was like, okay, if I were to create an application, it would look exactly like Mochi does. Dark mode, again, like I can't tell you how thankful I am that you have dark mode in here. I cannot stand burning my eyelids with light mode in all of types of applications. So, you know, having it, oops, sorry about that. So having it in dark mode is just an incredible thing. You know, again, like the customization that we have here, it's just so cool. You know, we have a lot of awesome customization to make things look even better. Language, again, I really appreciate the fact that you have that for those of us that are not native English speakers. But yeah, guys, we're staying a bit longer because Matt is in the house, and we definitely want to be thankful for that, Matt. Thank you for jumping on board. Cool. What else are we saying? Yeah, so Colby's asking, how long would it take to learn Mochi? I mean, Yeah, Matt is asking, you mean to learn how to use the app? I personally think in a week, you're already pretty good with Mochi. It takes a bit of trial and error. There's a couple of more advanced things. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to even make some more videos on this in the future. Colby is saying, would love to use it with Obsidian in middle of school. Okay, so Shadashi was actually asking you, Matt, do you use Obsidian? Because some of, people were interested to see if Obsidian would integrate nicely with Mochi. Yeah, So yeah, okay, Matt is saying, image occlusion, didn't realize there was so much demand. It's been on the backlog for a while, but it sounds like I'll have to prioritize on that. Yeah, man, I think a lot of people were having Jose in here, who is actually a doctor. He was actually talking about how he teaches medicine and he recommends all of his students to use Anki, but a lot of people struggle with Anki. And the biggest pain point to move to something like Mochi is the lack of image occlusion. So I think with Mochi, we would be able to bring a lot more people on board if image occlusion was a thing. I honestly think it's pretty important because I was showing everyone how I have like my image system for like these memory techniques. And like adding images is super good. Just like that, you literally copy and paste it from Google or whatever. Actually, let me show you how easy it is, guys. So here we have a test, and let's create like, I don't know, example of an image. And now let's go to Google and let's search for Mochi. Matt, we'd love to know, why did you call it Mochi? I mean, we know it's Japanese and it's these rice things, but like, what was the relationship of like, like Mochi and and flashcards? I'd love to know, man. That's hilarious. But either way, you see, guys, I just pasted that, I save it, and there you go. That's how beautiful it is to work with images on Mochi. Matt, I'll definitely have to invite you on a future stream where we can just like tackle a lot of these things, because as you can see, a lot of people have a lot of questions. So we'd love to have you. Maybe we can interview you in a stream and tackle everyone's questions, because again, I'm really sorry I didn't tell you earlier about the stream. It would have been cool to have you here from the start, because we've been doing it for an hour now. But yeah, so Matt is saying, I think the tricky part for me is how to integrate that with Markdown. Yeah. I mean, I'm big on Obsidian. I really advocate for it, but I honestly think Mochi is at such a great stage that I personally don't feel the integration with Obsidian is the top priority. I think image occlusion is more important than integration with Obsidian, because again, like I'm super, like I'm able to just create things straight into Mochi without any problem. Like, hey, what's up? And there you already have a flashcard, and then you can search for it. It's incredible. Like I have here my Latin, I have my phrases, and I want to search for one on, like, I don't know, let's search for this one that is really cool. Barba non facit philosophum, which is kind of like, this is hilarious, because as you can tell, it means a beard does not make one a philosopher. I'm really into philosophy, and as you can see, I don't have a beard at all, so this is like my favorite quote at the moment. But my point being that you can just search for anything so quickly. Astra, here's another one. And here you can just search for anything. Like, I think this by itself, it's almost a PKM setup, a personal knowledge management setup by itself. Being able to use Mochi as your flashcard ecosystem fully. You can write notes in here, like that's the cool thing about it. I think it wouldn't take long at all to learn Mochi. It's so user-friendly and excellent design. Yeah, again, I think what would take a bit longer than learning Mochi itself is actually learning how to leverage the concept of spaced repetition. For instance, I'm really passionate about using spaced repetition for language learning. So for instance, learning the concept that it's better, at least in my opinion, to apply the concept of sentence mining, which is using, here we go. Let me actually delete this one. We can just press D and it's deleted. You can undo it. Ah, man, Matt, I love the fact that you have an undo system in here. It's so useful. But either way, you have things such as a trash, where you can recover things if you deleted anything by accident. But either way, concepts in spaced repetition, such as using sentences to learn a language rather than just standalone words, I think that is where the challenge is in flashcards and spaced repetition, to understand the concepts behind it. But again, learning Mochi is really quick and really simple. So, okay, is there a guide or just try to play? Yeah, so Matt is saying, I try to make the app as simple and straightforward as possible to pick up and use. If there are any pain points or friction or confusion, please let me know. Cool, yeah, I mean, Colby, again, like I think it's pretty intuitive. Feel free to reach out to me or Matt and I'll be happy to point you the right direction. Either on Twitter or email. Cool. Yeah, so as you can see, Matt is super available to answer your questions, which is awesome. Matt, you're awesome. Image occlusion would make or break for some users. Yeah. I mean, it seems to be true. You know, like we're talking about it, a lot of people really need image occlusion. It's cute and fun. Mochi because the app is nice. Yeah. Okay, so Mochi is called like because for you to learn Japanese, which of course Mochi is Japanese, and it kind of looks like a brain. That's awesome. Through Mochi handle or personal? Yeah, so Matt was saying like either on Twitter or this is his, his information. So yeah, feel free to reach out to Matt or to me if you have any questions. Of course, Matt is the expert, but I'm quickly trying to become an expert in Mochi. I spent the whole of Sunday and Monday like literally glued to my Mochi app all day long, figuring out so many cool things. Matt, the fact that you have this custom fields concept is just incredible. This one's right here, that you can have fields like that. I absolutely love it. It's incredible. Man, such a great app. I'm so excited for Mochi to keep developing, you know. So the third reason why it's called Mochi is Mochi in Japanese can mean something like durability or to last, like memory lasting a while. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't know, man. That's so cool. Guys, the chat is firing up. Keep going, you know. I'm not hungry anymore. Yeah, you know, lunch can wait. Do you run the Mochi cards Twitter, Matt? Matt is saying yep. Okay, so Colby has a question for me and then for Matt and then Santi. Advantages in using Mochi over RemNode in making nodes in Mochi like you would in RemNode. I honestly think it's just as easy to create new nodes in Mochi as it is in RemNode, if not easier. I might say it's even easier, you know, like you have this nice layout, but you also have things like the grid or the list view or the notebook. And all these features, my personal favorite for creating nodes is this one. You know, like I think it's so fast. It's so freaking fast. Freaking fast to create flashcards in Mochi. And again, this concept of having like more than one answer is pretty unique, you know? So yeah, there you go. Let's cram this. There you go. Right? Vim shortcuts. We love Vim shortcuts. Matt, you're awesome. Cool. Yeah, Matt, no worries. Yeah, I'll wrap it up soon, so no worries. Again, like with more time and more anticipation, I can definitely invite you to the live stream so that we can really, you know, like do a proper Q&A. This time it was just like me seeing how people reacted to Mochi, and I didn't really anticipate this until earlier today, making this about a Mochi stream. So yeah, cool, Matt, no worries. Really enjoyed the stream. Thank you, Matt, for being here. Shitashi again is saying thank you for stopping by. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, okay, yeah, no worries, Matt. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. I'm not hungry anymore. Yeah, so for language learners, Matt was saying that he wants to incorporate YouTube/Netflix, which is already an Anki plugin, but it'd be great to have that straight into Mochi. Yeah, so okay, Matt was actually replying to, does Mochi have a web clipper? Matt was saying that not yet, but he's working on one. Cool, all right, that was amazing. So cool to have Matt jumping on the stream. That was super exciting. I'm not hungry anymore. Yeah, I mean, hilarious. Now I have to make the most of Matt being here, you know. Again, next time we can invite him properly. We can have him answering a lot of your questions, guys. Cool. Okay, now that Matt is gone, I think it's time for me to leave. So thank you so much for being here, guys. It's been awesome. Really excited for the development of Mochi. It's quickly becoming one of my new favorite apps. again, you know, like if we can in the future see how it integrates better with something like Obsidian, that'd be really cool. But at the current state, I think Mochi works by itself. I think Mochi is an amazing standalone flashcard application / space repetition software. So highly recommended. Cool, Colby. Yeah, we're wrapping it up, so no worries. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your questions. Shitashi as well, thank you for being here as always. You guys are awesome. And yeah, cool. Let's end this poll. It was interesting to see that like around 60% of you already have a solution for your flashcards app, but like 30% of you don't. So yeah, give Mochi a try if you can. Support Matt's work. I think it's an incredible piece of software. Super excited for it. And again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me either on Twitter, that I'm starting to be more active recently, and or through my contact form in my website, or just sending me an email, whatever is better for you. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your amazing comments and for everything. So Shitashi, incredible life as usual. I love everything you do. Thank you, Shitashi. I will check out your plugin. I'll definitely take more of a look into that. And yeah, thank you for being awesome. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I need to find the end stream button, which I never find quickly. Okay, here it is. Okay, see you later. Bye.